multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh, good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour. Glad to have all you here. Shout out to the two people that were here. One person here now. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all, we got a whole lot to talk about, a whole lot to get through. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destinations for you all this morning. By the way, Stephen A. Smith is going to go on Jamel Hill's show and Carrie Champion's show. When that happens, I will be reviewing it. Clock that for sure. Also, too, it is the March on Washington this morning. Joy Reid is live from Washington, D.C., so light, love, and prayers to her and everybody out there. We have, like I said, 8 destinations for y'all this morning. We got Race Bane Tatum to talk about. He said that Michelle Obama is not an attractive woman, but, child, your wife, oh, Lord, my Lord. But I got something for him and his wife this morning. Don't you worry. Wait till y'all see it. Oh, my God. And by the way, this is what the picture I'm going to show you is going to be of the same energy that coonicket TV will be having on a particular day, but I'm going to leave his wife out of it because she should not be able to claim that as a disappointment in her life. I'm going to give her love, grace, and space. I'm also going to leave coonicket TV's kids out of it because they also do not have to claim that piece of shit as a father. Moving on, nor should she as her husband. So I'm giving both of them love, grace, and space. Then we got Target, everybody. Target came out with a costume and child. Like I said, all this has happened because a convicted felon is running the United States of America. I said, and speaking of that convicted felon running America, apparently he is big mad that a white military person is standing up against him, and he's also big mad that his name cannot be on the building to the point where he wants to destroy it, demolish it, and everything in between. What? Okay, you know what? Listen. If you step down from the White House, okay, we just may allow you to watch your ballroom to be destroyed. See, he at least will have the chance to see something be destroyed, just not the Kennedy Center. Then Tina Campbell, Mary, she is going through some financial troubles of her own making, I might add. We'll talk about that. And by the way, shout out to Millie Chun. Happy birthday, gorgeous. Your name should be Millie Chun Lee, but that's neither here nor there. I'm also thinking of Chun Li from Street Fighter. No, I think it's Street Fighter, right? Either way, Millie Chun could cosplay as Chun-Li and finish me. Okay, all right, moving on. Also, too, Kenya Revenge P. Moore was at Miss USA, and there was some historic. There was a historic crowning. We'll talk about that. BBWs, plus size women, all the thick chicks and voluptuous and everything in between. I'm going to talk about y'all this morning in a very good way. Wait till you hear about this article. Ron the Dumbass did something. Him and his administration did something very much on the level of the President of the United States. And Coco Jones, she has a new spinoff coming on Peacock. We have a whole lot to talk about, a whole lot to get through. Let's get to it because higher is waiting. Lower's available, rather. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And one thing to know and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Roll it.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you're starting the daylight, a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I said,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new More and Julie Chen Moves, and congratulations to Big Bro on making it to 1,000 episodes. Congratulations to her and the whole crew at CBS. With that said, congratulations to Julie Chen Moves, and yes, it is a new More and Julie Chen Moves. And to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, Maggie Rodriguez, your apps around this channel right here a lot happens. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well. Let's get to it. Race-Bane Tatum, he came out and said that Michelle Obama is not an attractive woman. She's not a fine one. But he also said he don't know. I said she about him. My bad. Hashtag Quiet on the Creek Tatum. But anyway, Race-Bane Tatum said he doesn't know if Michelle Obama is a man or not. Now, your wife looked like a white man. I'm just saying. And by the way, your friend Candace Owens is in a lawsuit for trying to accost somebody about who they are as an individual. So if the Obamas sue you for everything you got and you end up penniless, we will have a celebration. That celebration is going to happen before January 20th, 2028 at noon. Okay, so let's get to it, because I got something for him and his wife today. Oh, y'all ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna leave it up for 5 minutes too. Don't you worry. Yep, we're gonna do it. Let's do this here. All right, so here we go. Shout out to Mr. I am underscore Mr. Let B Go for this. Hang on, I'm trying to. Really? This is what we doing? Okay, give me a moment, y'all, child. I know how tech is sometimes. My Lord.
Hey, is mean. Doesn't realize he doesn't look like
Toby be good boy for master.
whoever made this meme doesn't.
Toby be good boy for master.
Whoever made this meme doesn't realize he doesn't look like this. He actually looks like this. Officer Tatum is shaped like a woman. Him and Saucy Santana can be brothers or sisters. Officer Tater Tits got caught wearing the same pants as Saucy Santana.
I gotta tell you something. That's the most feminist shirt I have ever seen in my life. You came out here to talk about Michelle Obama, where, brother, I don't think you understand. People will gladly handle you like they want to handle George Zimmerman. Do you know what happened to George Zimmerman? He has become homeless. He can't get no job, and he is always paranoid. Sir, they will do that to you. Like I said on Dr. B's Crib Almost Live, which was a radio show I did at Black Squirrel Radio at Kent State University, when the RNC came to Cleveland. Just because they embrace you for a moment doesn't mean just because they accept you for a moment in time for the optics doesn't mean they'll embrace you into the family, into the experience of being one of them, okay? Because, child, some of y'all are charging from the back with hate, and what you're forgetting is the message gets up to the front, and if people got their own mind, they'll part and let you die off of your own hate, bigotry, sexism, racism, ableism, everything in between, right? But if you charge from the front with love, compassion, understanding, that message gets to the back and you're able to charge together as one. Let's keep going.
Hey, now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is.
I don't think you shaped like a man or not.
In the words announced the butler from the nanny, we're still waiting for the DNA results to see, okay, if this is Tanisha Tatum instead of Tanisha Tatum. Not Tanisha Tatum. Brisha Tatum. Brisha Tatum. We are waiting on the DNA results to see if this is Brisha Tatum or not. If it's Brisha Tatum, if it's Brisha Tatum, if it's Brisha Tatum. Let's keep going. I cannot.
All this time, Officer Tatum has been talking mess about black people, black women in particular.
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman.
Now we know why. Because he's shaped like a black woman. He talks all this mess about how he used to be an officer.
Now, it is disrespectful to put him up against Queen Latifah. Maybe you should put him up against Stacey Dash. I mean, that's more his kind.
Officer, he used to play football. No, you used to be a black woman. Leave Nolan Wells' mother alone, and I'll leave your fat, sissy-bodied ass alone. Comment below what Officer Tater Tits' new name is.
And by the way, if we pull up Christine Walmsley, by the way, compared to his wife, oh, it's no comparison. I can tell you, Christine Wells, she got some thickness to her. My PhD degree from Thickology University qualifies me to talk about thickness. Now, this next one is going to, scare y'all a little bit. So just know that, okay? Here we go.
Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like
this. This ain't the one. This ain't the one. The next one.
Toby be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand, you can stay here.
So whoever made this meme doesn't realize he doesn't look like this. He actually looks like this. Officer Tatum is shaped like a woman. Him and Saucy Santana can be brothers or sisters.
Hey, now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is.
I don't think you shaped like a man or not. Or I don't think you is.
But I will say.
And why do all coons look alike? He looks just like Jesse Lee Peterson. Look at the utter despair in their eyes. They have slave eyes.
Hey, y'all quit lying to this woman, act like she cute, though.
You built like your grandma. You out here built like a sassy Saucy Santana. Your new name is Quiet on the Creek Tatum. You should be concerned with why you look like you transition. You get quarterly work done at Dr. Miami. Who gave birth to y'all children? You or your mister? You talking about Michelle like your wife don't look like a sick Jeff Ross. God. No matter how much money your mister spent on her face not to look like Lord Farquaad, she still ended up looking like a fresh-faced Dylan Mulvaney. He was already out here lying on Nolan Wells, talking about a source told you that he was doing cocaine.
And this person told me that it's over 100% chance that Nolan was using cocaine during this period of time.
Now, first of all, that's a lie. We don't know that because the autopsy and the toxicology report have been done, but it has not been released, okay? It has not went to the grand jury, all right? If you keep listening to people like Bernicia Tatum and Coonicket TV, you will lose your mind, okay? You will. You won't lose your actual mind, but the mental capacity to be able to handle truth from those two wastes of life that both should have been swallowed by their mothers, you will lose it, okay? Let's keep going. And the people that think like them, including Candace Owens and what was the woman? She's a little bit behind the 8 ball, you know what I mean? She said, thank y'all for being here. She a black woman. No disrespect to this black woman, but I think y'all know who I'm talking about with the accent and everything. Listen, we can agree and disagree, but we also are not going to be in bullshit. We're not going to, how can I put this? We're not going to go down the well and spend time down in the gutter of bullshit either. Let's keep going.
But your wife looks like she does cocaine at this period of time.
Listen, Aunt Jemima Tater Tits, just go back to your regular routine and hate no black folks. Don't worry about your wife who look like she taste test truck stop glory holes.
So this is...
That took me out. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now, that's a little too far. But hey, listen, when you bring somebody else's wife into it, you can't be big bad at what people say. Like, sincerely. And Bernicia Tatum thinks that this has something to do with the Nolan Wells case. No. You can't talk about another person's wife and think nobody can come after yours. What's wrong with you? This is the same dude that cried over Charlie Kirk, but wouldn't cry over his own son. I can't hear nobody. I can't hear nobody. A question was asked, if your son passed away, would you cry? And he basically said no. How can you not cry over your own kid passing away? What the fuck is wrong with you? Let's keep going.
This is the reason why this dude hates black people. He's shaped like a woman. Her new name is Officer Santana. Yo, this grown ass man is shaped like somebody's auntie, bro.
You call Uncle Tom coon, sell out. You chucking and jobbing for the white man. You telling me this boy is only hanging around white people and somehow he a part of black people shun you. So I don't hear no black person trying to come to his rescue now. When in the black community, they shun you.
No, here's the thing. We shun you when you feel like you can be this, that, and the third and forget who the fuck you are. And that doesn't mean like know your role, stay in your place, and drive your speed limit. No. There are plenty of white women, Indian women, Latina women that they ride for black people. Like to the point where they have that they have cut off their families. And they are estranged from their families because they love people for being people, okay? Dolly Parton just passed away. Does Bernicia Tatum know if God said, all right, listen, I can bring back Dolly Parton, right? But I have to kill somebody. We would gladly say, kill Bernicia Tatum and bring back Dolly Parton. What it is. You think I'm joking? It will be the same thing with Stephen A. Smith. I can bring back Dolly Parton, but I gotta kill somebody. Stephen A. Smith for the win. What are we talking about? Come on now. And I'm not wishing both of them dead. Follow the bouncing ball here. What I'm saying is you got a black man who's upset about thumbs down award when there was a NFL reporter, by the way, and let me just bring up this because I think that this is very important. Because remember how he got upset about the thumbs down award, right? So there's this guy named Jim Trotter. He asked a question to Roger Goodell, right? And so remember how Stephen A. Smith said, I want a public conversation. Why are you coming at me privately? Apparently, Jim Trotter tried to go and talk to Stephen A. And Stephen A. said this. I just want y'all to see these text messages real quick. And I'm sure that Stephen A. Smith ain't going to talk about this because it would kill what he said. But personally, I think the NABJ should bring Jim Trotter, to next year's NABJ and talk about it. Look at this. I saw the interview. Wish you would have called beforehand so I could give you the background on that. And give you the background that would have shown that what Roger said was just untrue. Man, that's on you. We promoted all week long. Plus, so-and-so gave me background. A lot of assumptions here. As for blank, I thought we were taught as journalists to go directly from the source, but not rely on secondhand information. It's all good continuous success. Bro, respectfully, don't come at me like that. We don't know one another like that. But yet you live all black journalists, right? And don't think for a second you can talk to me about what journalists are taught as if you know something that I don't. You claim that you're the godfather of journalism. That would be Ida B. Wells and all the people who wrote all those articles about us. See, here's the thing about Stephen A. Smith. Him and Bernicia Tatum don't realize that had not been for Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and everybody, they wouldn't be able to be out here because they would be strange fruit in trees. Let's keep going. Fuck wrong with you?
They shun you when you got Uncle Tom hips. There's a good possibility that the reason why Officer Tatum hates black people because he spent his whole childhood being shaped like a tall, 60-year-old, top-heavy, overweight white woman.
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that.
Toby, be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby, be good field hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand, you can stay here.
I swear, the plantation has moved from the cotton field to the workplace. I've told y'all about societal slavery several times. Know your role, stay in your place, get your check, and get the fuck out of here. We don't want to hear from you. Okay? All right, moving on. Now, this one is going to scare you a little bit, okay? Now, I'm playing this because I want you to hear that him and his wife both make fun of black people. Now, there's going to be a part where I'm going to close my eyes, okay? But y'all see it, okay? Here we go. All right, here we go.
I heard. There, I heard that thing.
We make jokes about black people.
I've been
married
to a white woman long enough where that I hear the smoke detectors now.
It just dawned on me. I now remember where I recognized Brandon Tatum's wife. But this is what she used to do before she got with Brandon Tatum. I knew I recognized her from somewhere. She used to play the piano. She was extremely talented. She worked for McDonald's. So because of this, I have to put a lot of respect on Brandon Tatum's wife because she was out here doing her thing way before she got with Brandon Tatum.
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine like my wife. Okay, everybody can't be fine like that.
This woman looks like a lactose intolerant zombie.
I heard. There, I heard that thing.
We make jokes about black people.
Now you're probably wondering, right? Who is that? That is Mac Tonight, which used to be from McDonald's. It's a good time for this great taste. Dinner at McDonald's. It's Mac Tonight. Come on, make it back tonight. So that character has been utilized in the world of MAGA unnecessarily, right? So just, I know. It's sad that we gotta know stuff like this, right? About stuff like this, right? So then here's Talbot Swan here, a bunch of nappy-head black women in the comment section with a TCB in their hair trying to be white. Owl shaped, broke, lazy, losing life. Don't be made at my wife because you can't find a good man that don't want y'all. Sir, it's MAD, M-A-D. So you try to shade people, but yet your ass can't spell for shit. All right. Let's be honest. If I wasn't white, none of this would be a thing. No, if you were a black woman, it would still be a thing. See, you don't get to move the goalposts, right? If you said that you were a black woman and we make fun of black people, you were accepting of Brandon Tatum, a black man making fun of black women. If you were a black woman, no, we would still call your ass out. See, some of us are about the principle of the thing. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Do what you say you're going to do. And just because you don't have the best to give doesn't mean that your best ain't good enough for somebody to receive. Okay? They hate white people. No, we don't. Dolly Parton just died. And guess what? Like I said, Corinne Tatum, we would allow God to kill your husband to bring back Dolly Parton. Okay? So, no, we don't hate white people. We hate white people that think they are bigger than the program and that they can't be called out. That's what that is. They hate white women. Lies you tell, we love Meryl Streep. No. That was a question. Hello? Move out glacial pace route. You know how much that thrills me. Mamma mia, here we go again. Like, just stop it. Jennifer Coolidge. Don't make me go down the list of all the white women people love, okay? Don't make me do it. It's a long list, okay? Believe me, you. And most of them hate that a black man is with a white woman. That's not true at all. Not true at all. Now, will I say that it's disappointing for some black people to be like, man, you can't marry somebody of your own kind? Yeah, because guess what? We don't see that in Hollywood. But also, too, guess what? As long as they're being respectful of black culture and they stand up for us in this answer, who the fuck business is it? Just keep it in the buck. Talbot Swan needs to worry about his own wife than me. So there's that there. All right. Now, speaking of people not respecting the black community, from the Associated Press, Target faces new backlash after stocking Halloween costume with minstrel show features. Okay. Retailer Target pulled a child's Halloween costume from its shelves Monday after widespread social media backlash, apologizing for selling a garment critics said evoked racist minstrel caricatures. Critics say the costume, along with its promotional image of a black child modeling the getup, is reminiscent of caricatures from Jim Crow era minstrel shows that embedded stereotypes into popular culture and helped justify discrimination, segregation, and racial violence. As a company, we know we got this wrong and we are deeply sorry. The costume is offensive and should have never been part of our assortment. It's no longer available for sale, Target said in a statement. We know this is especially helpful for our black guests, team members, and partners. Removing the costume is an important first step. The company is looking closely at how this happened, what needs to change to ensure that this won't happen again. Child, the crazy thing was they had a Black Beyond Measure camp. They had a Black Beyond Measure initiative, campaign, what have you, everything else. I actually still have my black jacket from Target. I don't wear it no more. Because if you can't respect my culture, you ain't respecting me. Held to the low somebody. Okay, all right, moving on. And like I said, y'all are allowing a convicted felon to tell y'all how to make money at y'all businesses. That's crazy. The costume mishap happened as Target sales started rebounding from earlier company moves that alienated some customers from perception the quality of its stores and merchandise has declined. It's the latest controversy for the retailer, which has joined companies like Meta, Walmart, McDonald's, and roll back their diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts after President 47 won the 2024 election. The kids glow under Black Circus Clown Halloween costume of orange and Black Circus Clown costume now deleted from Target website. Feature gloves, a top hat, and a gray mask with large teeth. Not simply getting it wrong. The Jim Crow era minstrel costume is not simply getting it wrong. It is a profoundly harmful symbol of racism that should have never been designed, approved, or sold by Target, said the Reverend Jamal Bryant, a Georgia pastor who led a 40-day Target fast boycott last year. It shows that Target still lacks corporate diversity among decision makers and needs concrete internal change. In January 2025, the Minneapolis-based corporation ended its 3-year DEI program, stopping reports to external groups like the Human Rights Campaign. Ended a program focused on carrying more products from Black or minority-owned businesses and replacing it with a new belonging strategy. The company previously stated that the murder of George Floyd was a catalyst for its DEI initiatives. Activist organizers called for a boycott of Target, which lost roughly $12.4 billion in market value by the end of February from January. Now, you would think after losing $12.4 billion, you would just, you know what, y'all? We fucked up. We fucked up. Listen, maybe we need to, do a Black Beyond Measure, conference and make Black Beyond Measure an actual brand within Target. You would think something would have happened after losing $12.4 billion in market value, okay? Minnesota civil rights activist from Bryant organized a national Target boycott, resulting in a 33% fall in the corporation's stock prices and wiped out over $20 billion in market value. By the way, there is a worldwide Target, not worldwide Target, I meant to say worldwide Walmart boycott that will be happening. There was a black man who went into a Walmart store and tried to buy things to get back to people. He got a lifetime ban. Now, you would think being Walmart, hold on a second, this is great. What can we do to help? No. So did it have to be the president of the Walden family? Oh yeah, I'm putting mouth to the platform. Understand? Because the Walton family is from Bentonville, Arkansas, where Target is, and that's my state. 47 went in there and bought stuff for people, but he had gotten a lifetime ban. I can't hear nobody. Okay? And shout out to all the companies that still have DEI in their companies. Shout out to y'all. Like I said, y'all are allowing somebody who signed off on the Epstein Files Act, right? And who is mentioned in the files over 3,000 times of him raping children, has to pay $5.8 million to E. Jean Carroll for raping her in a dressing room in New York City. Said that E. Jean Carroll said it was sexy to be raped in a deposition. Forced a 13-year-old girl to perform fellatio on him. Had intercourse with young ladies, judging the tightness of their vulvas and vaginas. Had a 13, 14-year-old walking around 47 Taj Mahal with Jeffrey Epstein. Shall I keep going? Sincerely? And let me tell you something, that judge who didn't convict him and put him in jail, fuck you and your existence. Because let me tell you something, a real judge would say, I don't give a fuck if you are president. You committed these crimes, you're going to jail. That's what a real one would have done. But oh no, had been a black one. Oh no, jail, automatic. Let's cut the bullshit. All right, y'all saw the thumbnail. You know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here, because you get the real over here. Target's recent recovery. Target has managed a recovery in recent months. The stock closed at $165.44 on August 21st, a fresh 52-week high after a strong second quarter. August 24th, Target shares closed at $169.89. Target stock is up roughly 63% this year. Sharp rebound from the depths of the boycott. The company's turnaround strategy, launched by new CEO Michael Fickle after former CEO Brian Cornell stepped down, includes store refreshes, increased staffing, and more aggressive pricing. Just because you put lipstick on a pig doesn't mean that pig don't need to be slaughtered. Okay. Target announced a plan in March to invest $2 billion in 2026, including $1 billion in additional operating investments, with plans to open up more than 30 stores this year as a part of its path to 300 new stores by 2035, while investing in over 130 planned full store remodels. Bruce Winder, a retail analyst and former retail buyer, says that inventory errors such as the recent Prada and Gucci controversies can happen to the best of them. These things happen over time. I think the most important thing for Target, and they did it, was to quickly take accountability. Well, of course they're going to take responsibility for Prada and Gucci. Hello. Those brands are bigger than them. What do you mean? Oh yeah, we need to take accountability for screwing over these brands on the shelf so that way we can still have customers. Oh, duh. Of course, you're going to take accountability when it makes your money funny. Duh. Quickly saying sorry and that this was a big mistake and pulled the product from the shelves, Winder said. Boycott organizers undeterred. Target boycott organizers in Minneapolis, including Nikema, Livy Armstrong, and community leaders like Monique Cullors, Dottie, and Jelani Houston, and also Nina Turner as well, remain steadfast in their divestment calls. They have continued to press the company to reinstate its DEI programs and continue its commitments to black communities, and they say the costume controversy is a refresher on their mission. It's important for people to understand the Target boycott never ended and that it was indefinite from the beginning, unless and until Target reverts course on its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion, said Armstrong, organizer of the National Target boycott. What we've seen is Target engaging in PR campaign, recruiting high visibility black ministers to meet with them, partnering with rapper and businessman Jay-Z, all types of different shenanigans to deflect from the fact that they've abandoned their commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and capitulation to the 47 administration. Houston, another boycott organizer, says the costume incident was not surprising. It was almost predictable because of the behavior of Target. I think this is going to build on the momentum of the boycott. More people are going to be upset. He said it's not just an incident with a costume. There are a lot of people right now in this country across many parts who've changed their culture of shopping or found other places to put their money behind. Target Corporation stock closed at $163.47 on August 25th, dropping from 3.78% from its previous close the day prior. So shout out to that right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. I can't believe this is real. I don't know if somebody at Target did this on purpose, if they are meaning something or if they are just that dumb. I feel for the black community. There's no explanation on this. That's the best comment. Now, I told y'all I got some for Race Bay and Tatum and Connie Tatum, right? I told y'all I had some. Now, I'm going to just leave it up for 5 minutes. Let me get my timer together right now. And because he wanted to do what he did, all is fair. All is fair. All is fair. Y'all ready for this? Now, Tatum and Connie, I better not hear shit. All right? 5 minutes on the clock. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's exactly what we doing. I got time. I got time. I got time. You really think that you could come out here and say what you want to about a young man who you don't know, who could be on Coca-Cola or not. Now, always a loser's auntie is always on Coke. I mean Coca-Cola, calm down. Good damn, y'all keep getting upset with me on that stuff. She said she is on Coke. Coca-Cola all the time. Don't get mad at me. And not to mention too, right? When you have that type of person married to you, it makes me wonder about their kids. Should CPS be called for their kids to be taken away? I'm just saying. I do think a mental competency test on if you can be a parent should be required. I think there should be an annual review of your mental capacity as a parent. Because guess what? They probably are teaching their kids this doctrine. I bet you that. Yep, I'm leaving this up for 5 whole minutes. Don't give a damn. So if Race Bane Tatum and his wife want to respond to me, go ahead. Go ahead. I bet you will put this on for Halloween. And don't forget, this is the same costume coonicket TV will put on. I'm going to leave his wife and kids out of it because that wife should not have to claim him as a disappointment as a husband, and those kids should have to claim him as a disappointment as a father. Stephen A., you might as well put on this costume too. Candace Owens, the young lady who's a little bit behind the 8 ball, says, God bless y'all, she's a black woman. You might as well put this on too. Child. Brian Donalds, you might as well put this on for your inauguration, sir. Listen. I'm leaving it up for a whole 5 minutes. Yeah, whole 5 minutes. Yep. And don't worry, we got the president up next. Then we got Tina Campbell. Then we got Miss USA. Then we got BBWs. Then we got Rhonda Dumbass. And then we got Coco Jones. We still got a full show for y'all. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. See, Brandon Tatum thinks nobody can match his energy. Y'all have seen my YouTube channel and what I cover. I cover a little bit of everything. Like, for example, tonight we are going to be covering Nintendo Cruise Line. And when I tell you, wait till y'all see what's in the ship. I promise you, y'all not going to be ready for it. And how it literally came about was I was up watching probably at Disney and some Disney content. And it was Jet Setting or something like that. And he was talking about the smaller ships. And I was like, that's interesting because you guys know we talked about the Universal Cruise Lines. And I found public documents that have been out there for 10 years about the plan for Universal to partner up with Royal Caribbean again to make a Universal Cruise Line. But I was like, when I put that through ChatGPT, it came out to that. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Yep. We got to talk about it. Yep. Yep. 1 minute, 25 seconds left, y'all. Then we're going to roll round long. Yep, that is Connie and Bernicia Tatum in that costume from Target. Yep, put them through AI. Sure did. Yep. That's not a real picture, y'all. But I just wanted to just do this because it's like, we got time. We got time. We got time. We got time. We got about 60 seconds left. Hopefully your Friday morning's going well. Y'all really thought I wasn't going to talk about this? Oh, y'all must not know who the hell I am. Oh, my God. Just soon as I saw, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Sometimes you need a day off just to catch up on some things. Under 30 seconds left. Yep. Yep. Almost there at 10 seconds, y'all. I understand that second person left because this was a little too much for him. I understand. We keep it blackety black over here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Now, with that said, there's a song I need to put up here. Bernicia Tatum and Connie Tatum. They about to drag you.
They're about to drag you.
Let me do that correctly. Roll it.
They're about to drag you. They're about to drag you. In these comments.
In these comments.
In these comments. Oh, they about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments.
In these comments.
In these comments.
In these comments.
Screenshot say whole thread on fire.
You brought this on yourself.
Quick now they are
You really did.
inspired. Refresh, reload, naming every line you hit. Send once. Now you're trending.
You gotta thank God sometimes when who ain't your daddy. You gotta thank God who ain't your brother, who ain't your uncle, who ain't your cousin. Man, he must not have grown up around black people because real black people, his family would have whooped his ass and put him in the hospital. But they probably were thinking, you know what?
In these comments. In these comments. In these comments.
In these comments.
Laugh, reacts, flood. Every clap on beat. One wrong word. Now they quote your tweet. Say you did too much. Say you're not that guy. You can log off now, but receipts don't die. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments.
In these comments.
They about to drag you. They about to drag you. Oh, in these comments.
In these comments.
There it is. Let's roll on, y'all, because Viola Davis has something to say on this. Viola Davis rejects Target's apology over costume apology. Yes, Viola Davis rejects Target's apology rather over costume accused of resembling blackface. You have shown us that you are not on our side. Target, I do not accept your apology, and I do not believe that you understand the impact, the pain, the dehumanization of the above. These images lay the foundation and the ideology for every atrocity that has been committed against my people. We matter. You have shown us that you are not on our side, and that is the costume right there, everybody. All right, let's roll on, everybody. I told y'all we got a whole show for y'all. Judge hits Department of jackhammering lawyers with barrage of questions about Kennedy Center renovation and Foy Center renaming. So, for those of you who don't know, like I said, the president lost the case rather, that his name had to be taken down, right? They could not rename him, so he lost that fight. So now what he's saying is that if his name is now up there, they're going to destroy the building. But here's the thing, it's a bipartisan committee that decides what happens with the Kennedy Center. So no, just like he wants to rename Lake Ontario to Lake America, it's like, no, that's not how that works. The hell wrong with you? So jackhammering department lawyers said in a court filing this week that keeping 47's name off of the performance center could lead to the building's demolition. Okay, said no one of them. The judge of the court bow over efforts to add 47's name to the front of the Kennedy Center peppered the administration's lawyers with questions on Thursday on their rush to put his name back on. The 47 appointed board at the performance venue voted this month to add the words renovate and restore by President 47 to the building to rename the property 47 Plaza. I think the biggest resident of evil is at the White House, but that's just me and his administration and his supporters, but that's neither here nor there either, child. What's magic about that date? U.S. District Judge Christopher Cooper, as Justice jackhammering Department Attorney Brandon Mayers, knowing that it seems expedited. Mayer said that was the date that the board had voted on and a timetable and plan to stick to. Y'all plan to stick to something? Y'all do know the person y'all work for don't stick to shit, right? Okay. Well, I mean, except being a racist, a sexist, a biggest, ableist, this and that. By the way, did I mention that he did the magic deportation? Yeah, he took the magic school bus and turned it into that. He also took the Freedom 250 and he used the cars thing. Yeah, he's using different parts of media and making it do what it do. Disney, I would be suing him. But you know what? You pussied out and couldn't protect George Stephanopoulos when he asked the legitimate question, why are you supporting somebody who got convicted of rape? ABC News should not have to pay that money to the president. I can't hear nobody. Moving on. Cooper then asked why adding 47's name to the building, the John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for Performing Arts would not violate federal appropriation rules that prevent aggrandizement promoting a specific individual within a federal agency. Mayors said it would not be in violation because it would be honoring 47 in his role as president, not as the chairman of the board of the Kennedy Center. That's kind of fine line, a little fine. That's kind of a little fine, isn't it? Cooper asked. Mayor said he was being true to the statute. Cooper did not rule on any of the issues at the hearing, but said he was considering a temporary pause on September 8th day so he could fully weigh legal issues. You ain't got to weigh nothing. I would say that, hey, that person made a ruling that your name can't go up. There is what it is. Let's move on. There may be a temporary holding pattern while we give the issues the attention they deserve, he said. A jackhammering department lord suggested in a court filing this week that the center may have to be demolished if 47's name isn't allowed to be added to the site. The court also underscores the undisputed evidence the undisputed evidence demonstrates that without the prominent recognition of the 47 administration and President 47's efforts, the donors will not contribute to the center will continue to be in a financial and structural debt spiral. Like the president is. Moving on. The filing said without those efforts, the center will deteriorate further into an unsafe, decrepit structure. Not self-projected again, 47. That will be required to be taken down. Oh, well, that is a fact. He should be taken down. Socially, of course, everybody, calm down with determination to follow on what to build on the site. Well, what we're going to build on the site 2028 is a new president and a new Senate and House of Representatives. And hopefully Clarence Thomas is on his way to join 47 on Hell Airlines. Shout out to the Legends man on that. Such as large outdoor amphitheater overlooking the Potomac River that have been proposed by some for many years. Mayors wrote the filing. Attorneys for official board member Representative Joyce Beatty, Democrat of Ohio, argued in court filings that the financial problems were the result of 47's name being added to the bill in the first place. Now they said the defense openly threatened to do further damage to this sacred memorial if they do not get their way in emblazoning that historic marble with 47's name once again, renaming the grounds for him in plain English. Defendants have not so subtly said, what a nice Kennedy you have there. What a shame that something happened to it. This is a breathtaking assault on the rule of law. It's delusional, must be stopped, the filing said. Mayors said Thursday that the new addition isn't a renaming, it's a recognition. Bay Attorney Nathaniel Nazinski said additional names are banned from being displayed on the outside of the building and can be displayed only in certain areas inside the facility. He said the board's move shows outright defiance of Cooper's order to remove 47's name off of the front portio. The center is appealing that ruling. Meeting minutes the Kennedy Center submitted to the court showed that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told board members that 47, who threatened to walk away from the center after his name was removed from the side, wanted the recognition. Secretary Lutnick introduced a discussion regarding recognition of the chairman, saying that if the chairman is to complete the renovation in 2 years for $257 million and has further committed to help raise money to endow the institution, it is appropriate that he be recognized. It's important to President 47 that if he's going to put his time and effort into the building fundraising, that he be recognized, the Mintz said. 47 then addressed the meeting virtually, and after commenting on prior management and spending at the center, the condition of the building including the parking structure and the White House ballroom project, and he stated his commitment to complete the renovation within 2 years of the building being closed. Well, I mean, 2027, 2028, those are the last 2 years, so then we could tear down your building. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, you know how Ronald Reagan said, tear down this wall? If I was the president, I would say, tear down that tower, 47 tower. I absolutely would. Everybody get out, we're going to just destroy this. All of it. Yep, it's an executive order. I need all the judges to get in line and do this for me, please. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Moving on. Within 2 years, with the building closed and to reopen it in a substantially improved condition, the minutes said. The board, including 47, then voted to pass a resolution honoring his current and future existential and unprecedented contributions to the survival of the center by adding his name to the front of the building twice. Beatty said, of course, found that 47 was putting the cart before the horse. I find particularly galling that President 47 is seeking to be recognized in this manner when the funds were appropriated by Congress and paid for by the American people. When President 47 has not successfully renovated the Kennedy Center, she wrote. Lutnick told reporters before the hearing that the message is designed to induce and entice 47. The idea when you have the greatest philanthropist, said no one ever, the guy who's going to raise you $500 million, said no one ever, you just need him to agree. And whatever the terms are, since you know he's the most credible person in the world, said no one motherfucking ever. When he says I'm going to raise the money, you know he's going to raise the money. Said no one ever. Lutnick, who said he got involved with the center at 47's request, told reporters there are two things that he does for enjoying. He plays golf every weekend and he builds. He loves to build. So why are we talking about this? This is what he enjoys. It's fun for him. Lutnick said, I'm helping so he can enjoy constructing the Kennedy Center. Just get him a fucking Lego set. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that because we don't need Lego to be messed up by his existence. Speaking of the president, check this out right here. U.S. airman faces charges under military justice system for criticizing 47 over Iran war. A U.S. airman says he's facing charges for criticizing President 47 over the Iran war, which his attorneys believe are to be among one of the only instances that an officer of his rank has been charged under the Uniform Code of Military Justice for contemptuous words against officials. Major Jason Watson 40 has been detained twice in recent weeks. On one occasion, he called for Mr. 47's impeachment while in uniform at the U.S. Capitol. By the way, Gail and Nate, I just need y'all to know y'all are being used. Okay, I just need you to know y'all are being used. And this is what this man said. Impeach, convict, remove. It's freedom of speech. Sincerely? And he's a white man. Y'all, at this point, y'all don't like anybody going against y'all. Like, stop it. On one occasion, he called for Mr. 47's impeachment while in uniform at the U.S. Capitol. A spokesperson with the Air Force on Tuesday confirmed that he was charged for 3 violations of Article 88, including for contempt toward officials. The violations are disobeying orders and conduct unbecoming of an officer. No, it's unbecoming because it's the president of the United States who don't like it. The Air Force said Watson will be held in pre-trial confinement. According to Watson's attorneys, he is believed to be among the first officers of his rank in the history of the military to be charged under Article 88. The charges are the rare occurrence of the U.S. military not handling punishment behind closed doors. Watson was first detained on July 1st while protesting in uniform on the steps of the Capitol. He was holding a sign that said "Impeach, Convict, Remove," referring to Mr. 47. He was then detained again last week after he gave an interview to CNN and said Mr. 47 is not only a failure as president, he is flagrantly violating the Constitution, breaking the law, engaged in rampant corruption, and is killing Americans. What did he say that was wrong? We've been saying it for a long time. So because he's supposed to be your servant, he's supposed to do what you say? Says who? Says who? Says who? Child, let's roll on. After Watson's arrest in July, Air Force Secretary Troy Minchik wrote on social media he expects every airman to comply with the laws, with all laws, policies, government, personal conduct, political participation, and wear of the uniform. Watson's attorney told CNN on Monday that Watson stands by the fact that he did this so others wouldn't have to. And you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, what really should be happening? What should happen is that all of them should just say, fuck it, we're with him. And let's see how the president can work with our Air Force. 47's Marine One helicopter in trouble communicating with air traffic control for the second time this month. A yay, yay! A yay, yay! A yay, yay! Ciao. The NTSB found Marine One's first attempt to contact air traffic controllers that day was not received at all, and the second attempt was broken and completely unreadable. A Yay. FAA technicians said there was not adequate line of sight to ensure communications from the eclipse large lawn near the White House. That Marine One had been used to take off amid construction at the White House. You mean the patch of grass that they left because of the UFC fight that nobody asked for? That one? Let me play you a sad song on the world's smallest violin. Moving on. Now, I'm going to just say Tina Campbell says she earns less than $5,000 a month while expenses total nearly $12,000 in net divorce. So according to TMZ, the 52-year-old gospel singer reported working about 20 hours per week. What you doing? Because you tell we need to see some receipts of you working and earn approximately $4,976 per month. I will gladly take her check and make it work for me. Okay. A report monthly expenses total $11,933, including $4,100 for rent, $1,800 for groceries, $2,200 for utilities, and $1,308 of hour-related expenses. She also listed $400 in charitable contributions, among other costs, probably to the president because she is for some support. Tina's income. Tina reportedly listed Tay's monthly income at approximately $7,500 from his work as a drummer. Tay's been on The Tonight Show and American Idol. That's all Tay's getting? Okay. Tay filed for his divorce in April, after nearly 3 decades together, though Tina listed their day of separation as August of 2024. The pair married in August of 2000. As part of the divorce proceedings, Tina asked the court to terminate Tay's ability to receive spousal support. She's also seeking legal and physical custody of the 2 children, with Teddy receiving visitation. That's their business, not mine. Not trying to sound insensitive, but they're everyday. There's Americans, everyday people. That's what they're trying to figure out what they're going to eat for breakfast. We don't care about celebrity income making $5,000 when you can get on the internet and get endorsement from anybody. You got up on TikTok and stream, girl. Bye. People are so tone deaf. Oh, well, that woman don't make $5,000 a month. The celebrities do this every time they get a divorce. Drew lied as well. This is how it goes when you don't want to pay alimony. Well. Give me one moment because I think I might have a solution. I think I might have a solution. Just maybe. Because you know what? I don't want, now this is more for Tina and Teddy's kids. I don't want them to not be able to have a life because their mother did not do what they need to do in terms of being responsible for, their own choices in life. But give me a moment because I want to see if I can do something. Because I am about helping Black people, right? I helped, Connie Tatum and, Bernicia Tatum, be able to have a great costume for Halloween. I helped them with that. So I want to help Erica. Erica's doing just fine, child. She don't need my help. But Tina definitely does. So just want to see if I can do something here. I love having fun with y'all. I really do. Oh my God. We just keep it real over here, y'all. I don't know what you want me to do. Really, I don't know what you want me to do. Ooh. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Oh my God. Okay, listen. Oh no. No, that's not why. That's not why I needed this here. My bad, y'all. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to be helpful this afternoon, right? Because they both need money, right? Come on, man. I'm just trying to. Listen, so this is what we're gonna do, right? So I think that, you know, Nicki Minaj and Tina Campbell should really do this, okay? The gospel, according to Hip Hop and Patriots, the MAGA Gospel Hip Hop Tour, the revolution is here in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, September 14th, Dallas, Texas, AT&T Stadium on September 21st, 22nd. Child, and then you just see it just goes to shit because even AI believes that this ain't even gonna happen. Okay, but sincerely, there is a plan here. Just give me a moment here. Okay, here we go. Here's the comprehensive tour game plan for the Faith, Freedom, and 47 National Tour. Go ahead, live by Nicki Minaj and Tina Campbell. Georgia, the Faith, Freedom, and 47 National Tour tagline: faith over fear, freedom over everything. Core mission across genre, cultural event blending high energy hip hop with urban gospel. Now, Tina, you can only use your songs. You can't use Mary songs, okay? Framed around faith, personal sovereignty, and conservative cultural values, and support for the 47th president. Target audience: red state arena crowds, faith-based hip hop and gospel communities, barbs for 47, and right-leaning pop culture demographics. So this is a 12-city arena circuit. So the launch would be in Miami, Florida, Kasi Center, high media presence, strong local support base. Right here, Mid-South Atlanta, Georgia, State Farm Arena, Gospel Capital, Urban Music Hub, Texas, Dallas, Texas, American Airlines Center, Faith and Conservative Crossover Market, Houston, Texas, Toro Center, major urban gospel fan base, Nashville, Tennessee, Bridgestone Arena, hub for faith-based media and music infrastructure, Columbus, Ohio, nationwide arena, key battleground demographic, Rust Belt, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, PPG Paints Arena, industrial base focus, Charlotte, North Carolina, Spectrum Center, regional gospel stronghold, Phoenix, Arizona, Footprint Center, high visibility southwestern stop, Oklahoma City, Paycom Center, Core Heartland Market, Salt Lake City, Utah, Delta Center, strong family and faith attendance base, Washington, D.C., Capital One Arena, high profile political and media send off. So, and Act 1 is the Awakening Full Gospel Choir Band, live band opener, uplifting message. Act 2, Harmony, Nicki and Tina co-perform faith-infused hip-hop gospel mashups. Act 3, The Rain, Nicki Minaj high-energy solo set featuring hits and empowerment anthems. Finale, United We Stand, massive choir finale, patriotic imagery, and closing prayer, okay? So the production pairs Nicki Minaj's stadium-scale hip-hop production, LED walls, pyrotechnics, choreography with Tina Campbell's live band gospel ensemble, okay? So, Tina Campbell, Act 1, opens with a 10-piece choir performing powerful renditions of Destiny, Still Up to Me. No Mary classics. No, that's not happening. Fitting faith through adversity and divine purpose. Act 2, collaborative set. Nicki joins Tina on stage. The duo performs a customized gospel rap arrangement of Minaj's inspirational tracks alongside original collaborative material produced for the tour. You got to get rid of that Tasha Cobb's song that you did, Nicki, with her. Yeah, that Tasha Cobbs Leonard song that Nicki Minaj did with Tasha Cobbs Leonard, you gotta get rid of that. Nicki Minaj full solo set featuring global hits paired with massive visuals, pink and gold. Aesthetic cues, state of the art stage lighting. Both artists, this is the finale, y'all. Both artists return to the stage with the choir for a patriotic, faith-focused closing sequence featuring visual tributes to American freedom and resilience. Listen, child. Don't you ever say that I don't look out for black people. Listen, ChatGPT said, listen, I can't do that. If you don't believe me, right here. I'm sorry, but I cannot create a political promotional campaign designed to persuade arms in support of my gun 47. Even ChatGPT knows that this plan wouldn't work, okay? So listen, it literally says it right there, y'all, okay? But anyway, y'all, listen, here's a solution. I love what we do over here. Let's continue on. Okay. So after we have talked about Tina Campbell, now let's talk about, some, there's one more thing about Tina Campbell. Then we'll move on. Okay. Then we'll move on. Shots rolling out.com celebrating 25 years on to the next 25. I completely forgot about this. Tina Campbell faces online heat over income revelation. Tina Campbell's divorce filing exposes her monthly finances and sets the internet on fire. Tina Campbell did not choose to make her finances public, but a court filing has done it for her. The gospel singer, best known as one half of the duo Mary, is navigating at the end of a decades-long marriage. The court documents connected to the case have drawn significant attention online, and not all of the kind, rather. What started off as a legal proceeding has become a very public conversation about money, faith, and what it means to be a celebrated artist living on modest income. I will say this, when Erica and Tina were doing the Mary reality show, I just gotta say, their sister Google Lee could be a wonderful name. Let me tell you something. Justin, what was it? I think it was Dustin or Justin. Either way, he did not deserve that fine queen right there. Shout out to Google Lee. Listen, Google Lee. Okay. Well, Campbell's court documents show documents filed in connection with her ongoing divorce from Lyndon Campbell, known professionally as Teddy Campbell, indicate that the singer brings in just under $5,000 a month, or working approximately 20 hours per week. Monthly expenses, according to the same filing, run to roughly double that figure. The breakdown of those expenses include rent, groceries, utilities, healthcare, transportation, education, charitable giving, among other costs. Her estranged husband's found, by contrast, lists his professional income as a professional drummer at $7,500 per month, a figure that is factored into the broader financial picture before court. Campbell filed her own legal response in August 2026, saying that she is seeking primary custody of the couple's two children, asking the court not to award spousal support to either party. Lyndon had filed the initial divorce paper in April 2026 after cheating on Tina with women on the road, including somebody who was a godmother to their children. Child, it is so deep. Knowing in his filing that the two have been separated since June of 2024, despite having been married since 2020, a marriage that has been tested before. This is not the first time the Campbell marriage has played out in public view. In 2015, Tina spoke on a national television platform, the Steve Harvey Talk Show, when he was in Chicago, about discovering that her husband had been unfaithful and that the person involved had become someone deeply embedded in her personal and professional life. The revelation was painful, not just because of the betrayal itself, but because of the access and trust that had extended to the person involved. At the time, Campbell chose to stay in the marriage and work through, describing the experience years later as something that ultimately strengthened her. She spoke about prayer and counseling as tools that carried her through, and expressed a belief that surviving that chapter publicly had made her more resilient. That history adds texture to the current proceedings. A marriage that survived infidelity and a reality television spotlight is now arriving at a different kind of ending. Now, let me tell you something. Teddy's car was damaged, this, that, the third, and let me tell you, Tina wanted to Teddy. You remember Tony Braxton on Break My Heart? I'ma cut it off. That was basically that situation there. Let's see here. The internet reacts to Campbell's finances. The disclosure of Campbell's income figures triggered in media a wide range of responses on social media. Reactions range from genuine concern to sharp humor, with some users pulling directly from Mary's own catalog to frame their commentary. Oh my God. References to her most recognizable songs appeared throughout the conversation, with fans and critics alike weighing in on what the numbers said about the gap between gospel fame and financial security. Listen, you need to put one foot in front of the other. You walking, you walking, you walking. You keep on walking, walking. Say you're walking, yeah. I'm sorry. It was right there. What did you want me to do? You saw the thumbnail. You know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Good damn. The tone was uneven. Some responses were supportive, urging her to return to music as a path to stability. I mean, listen. Chrisette Michele should still be having a career. She did one bad thing, okay? Now, y'all got to recognize Snoop Dogg also supported the president. A lot of other people did too. So, if we're going to do it on one, we got to do it on everybody. But sincerely, like, Tina didn't understand what she did when she said she supported the president, because it's like, yo, fan base is black people. Black people support Barack and Michelle Obama. Like, are you not getting that 1 + 1 = 2? My God. Others were more pointed, questioning how artists of her stature arrived at this financial position. The underlying tension in much of the commentary reflected a broad discomfort with seeing a revered figure in Black gospel music in a position of financial vulnerability. Where things stand for Campbell, the divorce proceedings are ongoing. Campbell is actively pushing for terms that protect her children and her financial future. Her legal filing suggests that she is approaching the situation with clarity and intention rather than passivity. Whatever the court ultimately decides, the public chapter of this story is already being read in real time, and Campbell's voice in it remains unmistakably her own. So there is that there. All right, now let's get to Miss USA from People Magazine, People.com. Miss USA 2026 crowns Miss Virginia as winner, marking the first mom to win the pageant ever. Okay, the new winner, Justice Kelly, who represented Virginia, was crowned August 27th in Miami and will be the first mother and married woman to ever legitimately win the pageant. Oh my God, she is a stunning beauty right there. Yes, indeed. Just don't take any advice from Kenyan revenge people on child. You don't want to be with a loser like that, and listening to a loser like that, being of a loser like that. Miss USA has crowned its newest winner, Justice Kelly from Virginia, on Thursday, August 27th. The pageant celebrated its 75th diamond anniversary competition, where 51 contestants vied for the crown, including Puerto Rico. Shout out to them because they are a U.S. territory, in case you did not know. Audrey Eckhart, Miss USA 2025, crowned her successor, who will be the first mom to ever hold the title. Miss USA has crowned its new winner on Thursday, August 27th. The organization hosted the 75th edition of the national pageant, where 51 contestants competed for the title at the Adrian Armitage Center for the Performing Arts. This year, the pageant was themed 75 years of icons in honor of the pageant's historic year. Now, it was supposed to be on the CW. It failed. I think it was on Crown Beauty Network, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Justice Kelly, 31, who was Miss Virginia 2026, took home the title with last year's winner, Audrey Eckhart, 24, bestowing the crown onto her successor. Kelly's win is historic, as she will be the first mother to hold the Miss USA title, following the organization's rule changes in 2023, which saw the end of the age cap on contestants and permit contestants who are mothers. Absolutely. Kelly will also be the first married woman ever to hold the title of Miss USA as well. And you know what? I'm really loving this because women, they are defined not just by how they are as women, but how they are as a mother, how they are as a wife. So that being relatable to women, I don't know why that had to be a rule implemented. Like, I get, Miss USA or Miss America is supposed to be single, this, that, and the third is the fantasy, but we live in a world where people want to be related to. So absolutely there. And so that is the top 5 here. Let me see here. So you got Pennsylvania, you have Florida, you have Virginia, you have Utah. Okay, Utah, I'll see y'all. And Iowa. Okay, so there it is there. shout out to all of the people on this USA contestants. There we go. So here are all the ladies right here. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Shout out to Arkansas. That's my hometown. You know that. California coming in cold, child. Colorado, Connecticut. Okay, Connecticut, I see you. Delaware, District of Columbia. Beautiful. Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii. All right now. Let's see. Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa. Kansas, Kentucky, all right, black is not cracking. Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi. We still on y'all ass, but she a good looking woman. Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nolan Wells, say his name. Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Iowa. Ohio, rather. Okay, Ohio, I see you. Okay. Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Those are all the ladies there. Shout out to each and every single one of y'all there. Yes, indeed. The pageant celebrated the women of Miss USA who have held crowns for the past 75 years. Just before the title was announced, the pageant invited legacy queens to the stage to be thanked for representing the crown, while Justice Kelly was the first legitimate winner of the pageant, who is a mother and a married woman. Back in 1957, married Lorna Gage was crowned Miss USA before ultimately having her title stripped away after it was revealed that she was in fact married and the mother of 2 sons, which that is sad. Right? I don't know if Mary was black or white, but sincerely, like, you have a pageant in the 50s for women, but there were mothers with children and married, and they couldn't be a winner. Like, I don't know how we exist as a society. It's just mind-boggling to me. I don't get it. Child. Anyway, just moving on. Before Kelly was announced as winner, the host of Miss USA pageant, Kenya Revenge B. Moore and Ian Zering, invited some of the legacy queens on stage to announce the top 5. Miss Utah USA, Alexandria Christopher placed 4th runner-up. Iowa's Madeline Eckerson placed 3rd runner-up. Miss Pennsylvania USA, Elizabeth Voyage placed as 2nd runner-up. In the last 2 weeks leading up to the pageant, the 51 contestants from all 51 states, including the District of Columbia, spent time in Miami preparing for the preliminary competitions, including the costume competition and the swimsuit competition. In the preliminary swimsuit competitions, this year's Miss USA, will walk away for prize package valued over at $658,000, which includes a $150,000 salary, a Range Rover, a 1-year lease at a luxury Miami apartment residence, a Westgate Vacation Home Club, a $30,000 Miss Universe wardrobe, and more. So she, not her, but but Justice Kelly will now be heading to Miss Universe, okay? And if you get Miss Universe, it's even a bigger package, all right? Yesterday, on August 26th, the 44th Miss Teen USA was also crowned. Miss Georgia Teen USA, Kieran Reddy, 18, took home the crown, which Miss Teen USA 2025 Marlon March bestowed upon her. During last year's Miss USA pageant, Miss Universe 2024, Victoria Akir Farrick crowned Eckhart on October 24, 2025, instead, in place of Alma Cooper, just before the Miss USA 2025 pageant was set to take place. Cooper, the 2024 winner, posted that she would not be returned to the pageant, which should place Marina Val to crown her successor. After much consideration, I made the extremely difficult decision not to attend this year's Miss USA pageant crown ceremony to instead stand and honor my values, work to resolve, the former title holder wrote in the caption of her post. As I close this chapter, I do so with the acknowledgement that I finished what I started, with integrity and my self-worth held high, just like the crown I was honored to wear. I think that's a load of shit. I mean, that's tradition. So, like, child, it's amazing what happens when people want the crowd, but they don't want to handle the responsibilities. Child, moving on. Before the pageant controversy, the Miss USA organization underwent internal changes, including leadership shakeup. In September, pageant coach and judge Tom Bernard announced on Instagram that he would acquire the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA brands previously held by Layla Rose. In his career update post, Bernard referred to himself as the organization's chairman, president, and CEO. There might be a reason why, you need a chairman, president, CEO to be all different individuals. Days later, Rose, who had been the president and CEO of both brands since 2023, refuted the claim with a statement jointly posted on the Miss USA and Miss Teen USA Instagram pages. However, almost a week later, on September 15th, the Miss Universe organization, which owns both Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, officially named Bernard as Rose's replacement in a press release. Well, congratulations to the winner, the first mother and wife ever in all of Miss USA history, Miss Justice Kelly, a beautiful black woman there for sure. All right, y'all, speaking of women, let's talk about this. Rollingout.com celebrating 25 years onto the next 25, while these 6 types of men choose plus size women. Shout out to Rollingout.com celebrating 25 years onto the next 25. Attraction is far more personal than pop culture admits, and these 6 men prove it. Pop culture loves to pretend attraction runs on a single narrow script, and real life refuses to cooperate. Plenty of men are drawn to plus size women, not as a compromise or passing phase, but as a genuine, deeply held preference rooted in confidence born from real connection. The reasons say far more about the men than any body type. Here are 6 kinds of men who consistently choose plus size partners, what fuels the pull each one has. Number 1, the confident and secure man. Men who are settled within themselves rarely chase what the crowd calls ideal. Their taste is their own and flows from confidence rather than approval. They are drawn to plus size women who carry that same self-assurance. Why they're attracted. They value identity over passing trends. Self-assurance lets them appreciate beauty every form. They find a confident partner just as magnetic as looks characteristics. High self-esteem and a strong sense of self-worth. Comfortable ignoring outside opinions and pressure. Drawn to personality as much as appearance. Number 2, the nurturer. Some men are wired to care. They thrive in relationships built on warmth and mutual support. For them, the bond for plus-size partner often deepens alongside comfort, tenderness, and a shared sense of home. While they're attracted, they cherish emotional closeness and everyday tenderness. They associate a fuller figure with comfort and ease. They feel most fulfilled when love flows both ways. Characteristics: empathetic, attentive, and generous with affection. Steady and dependable through ups and downs. Happiest when a relationship feels like a safe harbor. Number 3, the emotionally mature man. Experience teaches that when that looks fade while character stays. This man prizes humor, kindness, and depth, and tends to find those qualities in a plus size partner without a second thought. While they're attracted, they prioritize connection far above appearance. They treat a partner's spirit as the real draw. They are long past chasing status or trends. Characteristics: self-aware, grounded, and secure. Values honest communication above all. Looking for a true partner, never a trophy. The man who values authenticity. Fashion ideals shift every few years, and this man never simply bought in. He trusts his own eye, and plus-size women fit his taste naturally rather than as an exception. While they're attracted, they reject manufactured beauty standards. They find realness far more appealing than any trend. They admire women who are unapologetic themselves. Characteristics: independent-minded, sure of his own taste, skeptical of media-driven ideals, drawn to authenticity over image. Number 5, the man who celebrates curves. I'm going to give my take on which one I believe I am in a minute, okay? Listen, all right? We got to get through the whole article first. For this man, the appeal is openly physical, and there's nothing complicated about it. He finds plus-size women beautiful and says so without hesitation or apology. Why they're attracted, they are generally attracted to a fuller silhouette. They read confidence in the skin as its own beauty. They pair desire with respect, never one without the other. Characteristics: they're openly appreciative and affectionate, comfortable expressing what they love and respectful in how they show it. Number 6, the partnership-minded man. This man is building a life and wants a real teammate to build it with. He values loyalty, substance, and shared goals, and he keeps finding them in plus-size partners comfortable in their own skin. While they're attracted, they want a partner with depth and drive. They value stability and a shared vision. They see real beauty in strength of character. Characteristics: future focused and committed, places trust and teamwork first, chooses substance over surface. What draws men to plus size women? What ties these men together is not a single physical checklist. It is emotional security. A man sold within himself does not outsource his taste magazines or group chats, and that freedom lets genuine attraction take the lead. The bigger lesson is simple. Attraction is personal, varied, and often has little to do with the narrow images sold to us. The men who choose plus-size women are not settling for anything. They are following a preference for plus-size partners that was always theirs to have and finding real happiness in it. First of all, I love this article. And let me tell you something. I am number 6. I am number 5. I am number 4. I am number 3. I am number 2. And I also am number 1. Sincerely, I'm every man. Anything you want done, baby, I can do it naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sincerely. And honestly, tell you the truth, y'all know I love BBWs. Y'all know I love plus size women. Y'all know I love curvaceous women, voluptuous women, everything in between. When I tell you, when you get a hug from a BBW, it's unlike anything else on earth. Cuddling with them, they smell delicious. They taste delicious too. Okay. Both sets, in the words of the Brad Tat Tat to Judy. But no, sincerely, they have the best attitudes. They seem to really love somebody when they find true love. They're about being responsible. They know how to dress. Okay. Listen. And honestly, tell you the truth too, when it comes to that nurturing part, when a BBW really nurtures somebody, they nurture them in every shape, form, or fashion, emotionally, mentally, sexually, socially. Like, it's just everything. And I truly believe that when we forget what society preaches and recognize that we should have our own happiness, the world will be better off. Sincerely, I am very proud to be an ally of the community. Y'all know I reviewed Big Girls Want to Escape in Paradise. Y'all, I'm the opposite of that piece of shit bastard there. Okay, if you haven't seen that series, you need to watch it. And then after that, watch my 3-part review series right here on the channel. But yeah, I wanted to bring this article up because I'm like, yes, this is factual. Okay, so shout out to them. Shout out to all these men, right? And also, too, people just like what the fuck they like, too, okay? All right, moving on. So, Ron the Dumbass. Grand jury finds Ron the Dumbass administration misappropriated $10 million of taxpayer money to Hope, Florida. Just like the president misappropriated campaign funds to pay off an adult star. Shocking. But yet you decided to take away the Reedy Creek district, right? And you gave Universal their own special district, right? Don't make no damn sense whatsoever. I think this is a commercial for HBCUs, it looks like. Yeah, it does look like that. Shout out to them. Look at that crowd right there. No, it looks like soccer. Yeah, it's soccer. Okay. Shout out to them. Grand jury, and this comes to us from CBS News. Grand jury finds Desantis administration misappropriated $10 million in taxpayer money to Hope, Florida. A state grand jury found the Desantis administration misappropriated taxpayer money when it diverted $10 million from a Medicaid settlement into the Hope, Florida Foundation. Did 47 of his family have some problems with giving back to charity? They can't give back. They can't have a charitable organization for what, the next 3 years? Arguing the transfer was part of a sophisticated scheme to fund political activities, according to a copy of the sealed grand jury report obtained by CBS News Miami. The grand jury report said the money, which was supposed to be used to provide health insurance to poor children, was instead hastily passed through multiple organizations before eventually landing in the bank accounts of 2 political action committees in the Republican Party of Florida. Passed through multiple organizations before eventually landing in the bank accounts of 2 political action committees and the Republican Party of Florida. Passed through multiple organizations before eventually landing in the bank accounts of 2 political action committees and the Republican Party of Florida. I'm not surprised they come back on vaccines for children. Like I said, they tried to get Disney to, follow what they said, and they lost a huge Lake Nona project, which, honestly, tell you the truth, the Lake Nona project, we pitched how Walt Disney Studios East Campus should be on Lake Nona, so I think that project should still be happening. But in addition to that, like I said, he got married at Disney World, but didn't want Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Daisy, and Pluto to be a part of it. And he also did not allow, people who went to jail to be able to vote. Just one thing after the other, child. Those funds were then used in 2024 to defeat Amendment 3, the citizen initiative to legalize grass in Florida. Despite our finding that the money was misappropriated, we will find insufficient evidence to charge anyone criminally. Huh? The president was convicted criminally. Why can't he? Child, I cannot. The report concluded nobody will take responsibility for deciding the $10 million of taxpayer money will go to Hope, Florida, or had any memory of who made. We recognize that this would be an impediment to criminal prosecution. The report noted while we can't prove who is responsible, is Ron hello, what's the headline? DeSantis administration, Ron DeSantis, go get him, put him in jail, make it do what it do. What are we talking about here? We can plainly see that taxpayer money was misused for political purposes, and we would like to see changes made to prevent this from happening again. Send Ron DeSantis and his administration to jail. Send him to jail as governor, because he needs to be humbled, disrespectfully, and his administration as well. The grand jury identified the nexus for much of the activity surrounding the transfer of the state as the state's current Attorney General James Upmeyer. So here is the full grand jury report. Right here, state of Florida officials agreed that Centering would pay $57,048,661 to the state of Florida and $10 million to the Hope Florida Foundation Incorporated. Okay. Crazy thing is, Hope Florida is championed by First Lady of Florida, Casey DeSantis. Casey DeSantis, if you stand for anything, you need to stand on business with that. And by the way, Melania 47 had this initiative for foster children. I will say that's a very nice thing, but still, you're 47, so we can't really. We celebrate the action, but we still can't stand you. Although, it seems like you really can't stand him. Like, are you waiting just until, like, y'all out at the White House and then you can divorce him? Like, you can divorce him now. Like, 2028's almost here. You know what I mean? Like, let him survive his last year alone. You know what I mean? But then again, hell, you're guilty by association. So moving on. We find that James Upmeyer, as the governor's chief of staff at the time of settlement, was in a position of authority over those involved in the settling. The grand jury wrote testimony identified him as having involvement and directed the money after it went to Hope, Florida. Testimony also revealed that Mr. Upmeyer's Keep Florida Clean Political Action Committee was the recipient of the majority of the $10 million taxpayer funds. The grand jury also concluded that Ashley Moody, who was the attorney general at the time, was aware of the plans to divert the $10 million to Hope, Florida, and authorized the former Chief Deputy John Gard to sign the settlement agreement. So you know who's doing it. Just arrest them. The grand jury noted that the guard signed the settlement without conducting his due diligence to ensure the proper appropriation of taxpayer funds. In response to questions from CBS News Miami about his role in settlement, Guard wrote that requests for the Department of Legal Affairs to join settlements were uncommon. The settlement was handled in the ordinary course of the department. Guard, whom Governor Ron DeSantis appointed to the state appeals court in January, said he would not comment further on grand jury proceedings. As a sitting judge, it would be inappropriate for me to comment on past ongoing court proceedings, he wrote to CBS News Miami. Even if I weren't a sitting judge, to the extent that there was a grand jury, Florida law also makes it unlawful to disclose such proceedings. I think when it's the governor of Florida and his first lady, I think it's a different issue. Moody, who was appointed to U.S. Senate in 2025 by DeSantis, has has refused repeated requests for comment about Hope Florida. She is up for re-election in November. Well, just kick her ass out in November then, if she don't want to talk. DeSantis also has avoided publicly answering questions about what he knew of the diversion and who in his administration made a decision to send $10 million to Hope Florida. Maybe you just got to bring up that his wife is a scammer. Maybe he might get pissed off then. On Wednesday, DeSantis was asked about Hope Florida during a news conference. He said, I was involved in some agreement, but I'm very happy with how everything was done. You wasn't involved in the settlement agreement, but you were happy about how everything was done. You wasn't involved in the settlement agreement, but you were happy or very happy about how everything was done. So how can you be happy about how everything was done if you weren't a part of the settlement agreement? He continued to call it a hoax. Neither Moody nor DeSantis nor Umbauer was called before the Tallahassee grand jury to testify. The grand jury report was filed under seal with the Leon County Clerk's Office January 28th. The report's existence had been the subject of intense interest in recent months, with Democratic officials calling for its release and Republican leaders refusing to acknowledge that there even was a report. One source familiar with the investigation said that multiple individuals named in the report, including Upmeyer, have been blocking its release for the last 7 months through closed court proceedings. It's not clear whether those court proceedings currently stand. Earlier this year, the Florida Center for Government Accountability filed a brief with the Circuit Court in Tallahassee asking to intervene in the case so that it could argue for the report's release. Its request is still pending. Upmeyer, who is up for re-election in November, get them out as well in November, has refused to directly address the question of whether he was blocking the release of the report. Upmeyer's deputy chief of staff wrote to CBS News Miami, grand jury proceedings are confidential. Unauthorized disclosure of those proceedings is a crime. Earlier this year, Upmeyer dismissed the entire affair surrounding Hope Florida as a big nothing burger. I don't think anybody cares about this topic any more than the liberal media, he said in April. When it comes to poor children not being able to have health care, yeah, that's a problem. We will care. And let it been Andrew Gillum. I know he has his thing with drugs and this, that, and third, but let it have been him or any other black person, it would have been a problem. Would y'all have the same energy for Byron Donalds if he were to do this? I can't hear nobody. Moving on. Again, there was a grand jury proceeding under Florida law. The contents thereof were confidential. That's not my choice. That's Florida law. What I can tell you is I have not been indicted. I have not been a suspect or a target. I have not been involved in any criminal activity. Nobody did anything wrong here. Well, lie detector test determined that was a lie. Yet while DeSantis and Umbauer maintain everything with the diversion of $10 million in taxpayer money was perfectly fine, a state grand jury argues that it found significant wrongdoing. The grand jury report describes a coordinated effort involving government officials across multiple state agencies and outside interest groups aligned with the governor, and the report suggests that administration officials took advantage of the chaos surrounding two deadly hurricanes, Hurricane Helene and Milton, to obscure their plans to shift taxpayer money into the political campaign against the grass initiative. In fact, the former chair of the Hope Florida Foundation, Joshua Hay, testified to the grand jury that he agreed to send the $10 million to a pair of political committees without asking many questions because he assumed the money was needed to assist hurricane victims. Hay then told the grand jury the road to hell is paved with good intentions. The history of the settlement. In 2021, Florida officials learned that the healthcare giant Century had been overbilling the state for prescription drugs under the Florida Healthy Kids program. Florida wasn't the only state affected. At least 20 other states were overbilled nearly $1 billion. Florida's share was calculated to be $67,048,611. In 2021, Ohio and Mississippi both announced settlements of $88 million and $55 million, respectively. In 2023, Indiana was reimbursed $66.5 million. Massachusetts, $14 million. California received $215 million. Yet, while other states settled their cases, Florida did nothing, even ignoring Cynthia's request to get the case resolved so it could put the overbilling affair behind it. A draft of the settlement agreement was first sent to Florida officials on July 14th, 2021, offering to fully repay the $67 million the state was owed. So you got $67 million for the state, but you didn't take it. Okay. All right, moving on. But yeah, he cares about Florida, said no one ever. It is not known why DeSantis allowed the settlement to languish for 3 years. But in early September 2024, state officials contacted Satine and said they wanted to immediately resolve dispute. Only this time the state had a new condition. On September 12, 2024, the state altered the agreement, and instead of returning the entire $67 million to the state coffers, the DeSantis administration decided only $62 million should be returned to the state and $5 million to the Hope Florida Foundation, a nonprofit set up to help fund First Lady Casey DeSantis' Hope Florida initiative. Now, the thing that I don't get is this also impacts your wife, right? So everybody could say, well, your wife also doesn't care about Florida children, right? So your wife could also be indicted as well. But moving on. The idea behind Hope Florida was to move individuals away from government assistance and instead encouraging them to receive help from religious-based organizations. The next day, on September 13, 2024, the state changed settlement agreement again, this time lowering the amount returned to Florida taxpayers to $57 million, increasing the amount going to Hope Florida to $10 million. No reason was given why the amount was doubled. Centennial's lawyers, however, were concerned about any diversion of money, especially since it had gone to a charity aligned with the governor's wife. Centennial demanded the settlement, including wording making it clear that Centennial was being directed by the Florida Attorney General to send the $10 million to the Hope Florida Foundation. Moody, however, did not want to be responsible. According to the grand jury report, Moody's chief deputy John Gard said he had reservations about the deal and that he existentially agreed that $10 million was taxpayer money and belonged to the state of Florida. During his testimony in front of the grand jury, Gard also explained that Florida statutes require the legislature to decide how money is spent, according to the grand jury report. Gard, according to the report, was also concerned about the political consequences if the legislature ever found out about the diversion. By the way, shout out to that good-looking black couple there. I ain't mad at. Shout out to Rosa Center Orlando there. Gard did have political concerns about the dedication of $10 million going to Hope Florida, which he raised with AG Moody, Attorney General Moody, because he knew the deal would be viewed by the legislature as a constraint on their spending authority, the grand jury noted. As a result of the Gard's objections, the settlement was rebranded so that instead the Attorney General directed Centennial to send $10 million to the Hope Florida Foundation. It would now state that the DeSantis Agency for Health Care Administration, AHCA, was directed to send $10 million to Hope Florida. So basically, instead of putting the governor's head on stake, I'm going to use an ancillary division to get away with what I actually want to happen. Moving on. His political concerns were resolved by the change to the agreement, making the settlement AHCA's agreement rather than the AG settlement agreement. The grand jury report states, as the problem would now be AHCA's problem rather than the AG's problem. In its review of Gard's testimony, the grand jury noted that after consulting AG Moody, she authorized Mr. Gard to sign the settlement agreement in its final form. Asked by CBS News Miami when he became aware that $10 million was sent to Hope Florida, was moved into the Political Action Committee's championing against the Grass Amendment. Gard wrote, I first learned that the money had been transferred from Hope Florida months after the settlement, either from watching a House Health Care Appropriations Committee hearing on the Florida Channel or from a phone call placed by State Representative Alex Armandre to me well after the election. Andrade was the state representative who exposed the diversion of $10 million from the Centennial settlement into the Hope Florida Foundation. In 2025, President 47 nominated Gard to the federal bench. His appointment was held up by Florida Senator Rick Scott, who had emerged as a vocal critic of the transfer of $10 million to the Hope Florida Foundation. In December, Scott posted on social media, millions of tax dollars for poor kids have no business funding political ads. Now, for Rick Scott to do that, with his history, you gotta know that y'all have screwed up. In January 2026, Gard withdrew his appointment to the federal judiciary, and DeSantis appointed Gard to be a judge on the state's Second District Court of Appeal. Gard did not comment for the story. Conflicting memories. The secretary of AHCA at the time of settlement was Jason Weirda. Not only did Weirda ultimately sign the agreement, but emails revealed that he was one of the key negotiators of Centennial over the settlement in September 2024. Mr. Weirda testified that he does not recall who suggested that Hope Florida should be the recipient of the $10 million from the settlement. Somebody had to record something. There's got to be some emails around there somewhere, okay? We did testify that he thought it was okay for Centennial to donate $10 million to Hope Florida, calling it a bonus over and above what was owed to taxpayers, a view he said was affirmed when he consulted with the general counsel for AHCA. The general counsel also testified before the grand jury that he thought the diversion was permissible. The grand jury, however, found otherwise. We find that the full sentencing and settlement was taxpayer reimbursement. The grand jury wrote, we reject Agency for Healthcare Administration Secretary Jason Whit's explanation that $10 million was a bonus. The grand jury added this money was part of the damages sentencing owed to Florida taxpayers. Whittier is currently serving as the governor's chief of staff. He did not respond to an email seeking his comment about Hope, Florida. Confusion amid the storms on September 26, 2024. Hurricane Helene struck the Florida Panhandle, at least killing 18 people and causing nearly $14 billion in damage. Cassandra Paisley, the chief of staff for the Florida Department of Health, told the grand jury the next day, on September 27th, she was working in the state's emergency operations center. She was pulled aside by K.E. Strickland, the governor's chief of staff in charge of health agencies, and was asked to sign the settlement agreement. She said she had never seen the agreement before and wasn't even aware a settlement was in the works. Nevertheless, she signed it that evening. At the time she signed the settlement agreement, according to the grand jury report, Ms. Paisley testified that she was not aware that any of the settlement money would end up in a political action committee, nor she would have signed the agreement had she known that. Fact also signed the agreement the day after Hurricane Helene made landfall was Florida's insurance commissioner, Michael Rosky. He testified that he found a provision to send $10 million to the Hope Florida Foundation atypical, but was satisfied when he learned that the Attorney General's office had signed off on it. So even officials thought that this was weird, but still they allowed it to happen. Oh my God. The grand jury also found the repayment schedule outlined in the agreement suspicious, knowing that the state requires the team to wire transfer the $10 million to the Hope Florida Foundation within 7 days, while it also allows Centene to take more than a year to repay the remaining $57 million to Florida taxpayers. The Centene settlement itself seemed rushed as it materialized rapidly after years of inactivity. The grand jury know it then once reached. It took a mere 7 days to fund. We believe the rush was due to impending election, which was just 45 days away. Okay. The grand jury also found it questionable that, unlike other states that also issue press releases about their settlements, there was no press release by AHCA or the governor's office to boast the recovery of millions in taxpayer funds. The grand jury also found there was no notification to the legislature of the Centene settlement. On October 4th, 2024, Centene transferred the $10 million into the Hope of Florida Foundation's bank account, and no one was more surprised than the chairman of the foundation at the time, Joshua Hay. He testified before the grand jury that prior to the Centene wire transfer, the largest donation ever made to the foundation was $100,000. He said that he learned about the $10 million with the foundation's attorney, Jeff Aaron, close confidant of Desantis and Uffermer, let him know that the money was coming. Hay, however, testified he soon learned that he wouldn't have the money for long because he was about to receive two $5 million grant proposals. The foundation's board approved the first grant unanimously, and Hay testified that he approved the second $5 million grant on his own. Within 25 days of Hope Florida received the $10 million taxpayer money, it was gone. Now, who's to say that maybe they said, okay, listen, we're going to get this $10 million. We want these two projects to be approved, this, that, and the third, right? So, yes, indeed, right? So then, let's continue on here. I think we're almost done. Hay told the grand jury it probably was best that they didn't hold on to the $10 million because the Hope Florida Foundation lacked the infrastructure to effectively, efficiently give the money to those in need. The grand jury concluded that it never made sense for the Hope of Florida Foundation to receive the money. We were told Hope of Florida was chosen as the beneficiary of the initial donation because the Centene settlement was compensation for ripping off sick poor children. Hope Florida's mission and work was aligned with the purpose of serving needy children with health issues, the grand jury report notes. Hope Florida was touted by some witnesses as a high-profile project with a high success rate, but were unable to get any evidence to substantiate these representations. I wonder if the health general was a part of this too. He was a black man who said we're not doing measles vaccines. We talked about that here on Brainley's Virtual Tour Live, by the way. The report continues. On the contrary, other witnesses referred to Hope Florida as just a concept and did not have a clear understanding of what it did, where it existed, or how it operated. So we failed to see the nexus between Hope Florida and the Centennial settlement. Even if there was a nexus, it was rendered moot by the fact that the money only stayed in Hope, Florida's account for a couple of days. That's still a crime. Following the money, October 9th, 2024, Florida was hit with its second major hurricane in less than 3 weeks. Hurricane Milton killed 12 people after it made landfall near Siesta Key. The only reason why I know about Siesta Key because MTV did a show in Siesta Key. So there is. Left 3 million Floridians without power and cost tens of billions of dollars in damage to the state. 2 days later, on October 11th, in the midst of this crisis, Upmeyer, the governor's chief of staff, was on the phone and texted Amy Roshan, executive director of Save Our Society from Drugs, telling her that she should apply for a grant from the Hope Florida Foundation, according to the grand jury report. He told her to contact the attorney for the foundation, Jeff Aaron. She does not recall if Mr. Upmeyer suggested an amount, but does know that Mr. Aaron advised her to apply for $5 million, the grand jury note reports. So that would mean that they got some intel that this was coming, and then, hey, here's this project, here are all the projects we want to be approved. I know I double spoke that, but it's important to re-emphasize that because this seems like a scheme that Ron DeSantis set up to come to us with the bullshit. Shout out to Mama Joyce. At approximately the same time, Mark Wilson, executive director of Secure Florida's Future and the president of the Florida's Chamber of Commerce, testified he was told by the Chamber's lobbyists that Secure Florida's Future should apply for a $5 million grant from Hope Florida. Wilson submitted the proposal on October 13th, 2024, outlining how Secure Florida's Future would use the $5 million to raise awareness about Hope Florida through webinars, podcasts, in-person statewide summits and meetings, newsletters, surveys that would help accelerate the momentum Hope Florida had already created in Florida. Less than a week later, Florida approved the grant and sent Secure Florida's Future $5 million within days. Nearly all the money, $3.75 million, was then transferred to Upmeyer's Political Action Committee, Keep Florida Clean. Rossinen from Save Our Society from Drugs filed her grant application to the Hope Florida Foundation on October 18, 2024, and within hours was informed that she was approved. The $5 million was transferred to her account on October 22nd. According to the grand jury report, within a week, she distributed $4.75 million to Upmeyer's Political Action Committee, Keep Florida Clean. The grand jury found she stated that she was not directed by anyone as to how to spend the money. The grand jury said that both Mark Wilson and Amy Rosson mischaracterized the purpose of the funds in their grant applications to the Hope Florida Foundation. The grand jury noted that in both grant applications, they stated the money would not be used for political purposes, and yet the money was almost immediately transferred to Upmeyer's Political Action Committee. According to a forensic accountant who analyzed the bank records for the grand jury, Upmeyer's PAC received a total of $8.5 million from Secure Florida's Future and Save Our Society from Drugs. Upmeyer's Political Action Committee then sent $7 million to the Republican Party of Florida, and the additional $1.23 million to another PAC he chaired, the Florida Freedom Fund. Child, if this was a black administration and a black governor, it would be belt to ass. This is a damn shame. Recommendations for change. The grand jury argued the public was ill-served throughout this process. Those negotiating the Centennial settlement on behalf of the state of Florida failed to place any restrictions on the money's use. The grand jury states, therefore, there was no oversight to ensure proper usage of the taxpayer money. The grand jury identified two recommendations that it believes the Florida legislature should enact immediately. The Florida legislature should enact a law to prevent this situation from occurring. The report noted, for example, a law that says any monies received by the state from any source must be deposited in the general fund, and there should be real consequences for anyone violating this law. Sending Ron DeSantis, his wife, and his administration to jail would be a consequence. The grand jury also said the legislature should enact clear laws setting requirements for how groups like Hope Florida can use taxpayer funds, ensuring usage of the funds are tracked and monitored, and provide consequences for violation of these mandates. Baby, the Hope of Florida is shut down permanently, never to be formed again in any shape, form, or fashion. That's a consequence too. Provide consequences for violation of these mandates. The grand jury ended its report reaffirming its belief the $10 million was taxpayer money that was misappropriated. As taxpayer money, the grand jury found it should have been treated as such, of being allocated for partisan political purposes without transparency. So there is that from CBS News. That is an exclusive that you will only see from them. Now, Woo, our final destination, y'all. Here we go. From rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25. 4 things to know about Coco Jones' new Bel Air role. The breakout actress is leaving Bel Air behind, and the journey is just getting started. Coco Jones spent 4 years making Hillary Banks her own on Peacock's Bel Air. Now she's taking the character somewhere entirely new and doing it on her own terms. Jones is set to headline Hillary, a spinoff that moves the beloved character out of Bel Air, California, and into the energy of New York City. The announcement marks a significant return for both the actress and the franchise that helped launch her into the cultural conversation. First of all, Disney Channel, okay? She's been out here a very long time. We're not going to do that. Moving on. We've been know about her, okay? Spinoff is called Hillary. Hillary Jones reprises her role as Hillary Banks, who accepts a job offer from celebrity chef Yvonne Durand. The move to New York represents a pivotal decision for the character, one that pushes her to define herself outside her family name and the life she has always known. The series will explore new friendships, romantic interests, and unexpected choices that challenge who Hillary is becoming. It's a story about independence and what it costs to pursue it. The spinoff takes a different path from Bel Air. The series diverges from where Bel Air left Hillary. In the original show, she becomes an acclaimed chef and stays home to open up her own cafe. Hillary lines more closely with the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air storyline, sending the character to New York to chase something larger. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Hillary got a talk show in the Fresh Prince of Bel Air storyline, right? So there's that. Tracy Oliver, known for Girls Trip in Harlem, this is going to be a fine series, will serve as the writer. Her track record of centering Black women in layered, culturally resonant stories makes her a natural fit for this project. Coco Jones brought her own vision to the role. When Jones first took on the role, comparisons to Catherine Parsons, who originated the character, were immediate. Rather than shying away from it, she brought her own vision to Hillary. Jones spoke openly about the significance of portraying a dark-skinned version of the character and approached the role with deliberate care and intention. Jones is championing Black representation. Jones has been consistent for advocacy for broader Black representation and entertainment. She has expressed her desire to see more Black shows, more Black writers, and more Black voices shaping the industry's creative output. The Hillary spinoff reflects that commitment both in front and behind the camera, and I'm sure Coco Jones will be an executive producer as well. With Oliver, Ryan, and Jones leading, the project is built on a foundation of intentional Black storytelling, and that alone makes it worth watching. So there it is there. Yes, indeed. So this is going to be a good time. Do you hear me? Congratulations to Coco Jones, y'all. That is our show. 2 hours, 1 minute, and 54 seconds, y'all. Woo! What a show! 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 My God. Man. Like I said, I try my very best to make sure that you guys are getting something that is not only true, real, but it's also more than what is just talked about, right? Because I mean, come on, how many times are we going to hear this, that, and the third? Just, child, we got bigger issues than Chris Shields, right? So I got some positive news stories for y'all. Man, that was a jam-packed show. Okay, so I wanted to show off this story here for y'all. So this is a teacher in Florida, right? And she has done her classroom up in a theme that makes me want to go back to school. Sincerely, it is just... Ooh, now she also did the Kim Possible thing, right? But I want y'all to look at this. Castello's bayou of learning. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is why I love her so much. Disney, y'all need to honor this woman, okay? I don't know what y'all can do. Y'all can send her to Disney World or a class at Disney World. Something. Let her meet Anika Nine Rose. Let Anika Nine Rose come to the school, child. Like, listen, this is why I love us. And yes, we got Bernicia Tatum and Connie Tatum, but also too, that's not everybody. You know what I mean? Speaking of that, by the way, I just want to show y'all something real quick here. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to. Okay. Hello. We got fine black. Hello. 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 And hello. Okay. Queen Riri. All right. So listen, we got plenty of good things to talk about. By the way, China Ann McClain. It's Daisy in The Great Gatsby. She seems to be really doing her job there.
So which are you then?
And look at how this cast is embracing her. See there? I always love showcasing to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Look at that. I am loving the love.
Thank you, honey. Thank you for coming. What my name? What my name? Say it louder. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? Hey, you. What's my name?
Now, she was in Descendants, so that was a Descendants moment. Oh my God, look at this, y'all. This is why I do this show, right? I'm just going to show you multiple stories. So this one here, this one's from the Shade Room, y'all. I want y'all to see this. Check this out.
You know, I started stripping at such a young age. Do you know what a stripper is?
Yeah, a person who dances naked.
Why you have to say it like that?
Because you told me exactly what that is.
I had to tell you.
In that exact detail.
I said it just like that?
Yeah.
Well, I had to tell you because...
Out the mouths of babes!
Different detail.
Well, which way did you want me to say it? Oh, a person that... I don't know how else to say it.
Dances without clothes. My mom is so honest with me because she doesn't want me to, in the future, to look at Instagram or TikTok or anything. I'll see stuff that she didn't tell me about.
I had to tell you because I don't want you to get older and then go online or you hear things about me because you know your mom be on the media.
A lot, yeah. For work.
It's for work. But I don't want you to grow up and then...
Now, let me just say this. I know Jocelyn Hernandez has been through a lot. Some of it not by her fault. Some of it by her own fault. But to be that real with her, well done, well done, well done, and well done. By the way, shout out to Auntie Ann's, Jamba Juice, Kroger, Cinnabon, Southwest Airlines, BJ Wholesale Club, United Airlines, Costco, Ulta Beauty, Macy's, Walgreens, Old Navy, Scooters, Coffee, Trader Joe's, Aldi, and TD Bank for standing their ground and did not fold to the President of the United States of America. By the way, in case y'all need to know about this, okay? Sarah Poisonous Fields, by the way, that is her name. They opened a Dropbox for anyone who has screenshots, videos, or posts involving documentation or the documentation involving Warren, Jacks, or Morgan. Please understand what we're looking for. We do not need random comments or posts with 2 to 3 likes or almost no views. We are looking for the big voices, people with large platforms, viral posts, viral videos, viral posts, significant engagement, or substantial reach. We have created one specific photo for Benjamin Crump. Everything's going there. Okay, the remaining photos are for larger creators, influencers, public figures, media personalities, and others content who receive significant attention. We're also specifically looking for videos, posts, clips, or other content from Nancy Grace or any other news reporter or media personality who would further misinformation contribute to the target of these boys, right? If you have some that, we are other content from Nancy Grace or any news reporter or media personality who has further misinformation contributed to target these boys. If you have something that you believe meets these criteria and would like to help, please DM me. I'll provide you the Dropbox link. And please, if you have the original screenshot or screen recording showing the account name, date, views, likes, shares, or other engagement numbers, please send that version whenever possible. Preserve the original content and context. Ciao. So yeah, remember when Coonicket TV was saying content creators being sued and stuff? Motherfucker, you could be sued. Yeah, exactly. So shut the fuck up. I just had to report. I had to report. And by the way, I don't know if y'all know about this. I saw this a while back. After being wrongly fired from the Washington Post about her commentary, Charlie Kirk, columnist Karen Attia wins arbitration and is ordered to be reinstated with back pay immediately. Until you do right by people, there ain't gonna be no beauty on your canvas. Lord Jesus. Y'all, that's our show. Like I said, later on tonight at 6 o'clock, we got something really big for y'all. Believe me, I know you guys are going to definitely enjoy it for damn sure. And I can't wait for y'all to see it. I really, really can't. Let me see here. Because I was just up and about last night, making it do what it do. And I was like, this should happen. Right here. You ready for this? Nintendo Cruise Line. Okay? I'm going to break down everything that's in the ship, including evidence that this idea has been out here for a good minute. And also, wait till you see the private island of Nintendo Cruise Line. That's going to be happening at 6 p.m. And then at 8:30, we're going to celebrate the life of Peter Coco, the voice of Optimus Prime, passed away. We are at BFP Imagineering going to talk about him and also watch Transformers The Ride here on the channel. So be here for that at 8:30. Got a lot going on today. With that being said, one love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Let me make sure there's nothing else going on with the Jasmine brand real quick. I told you about Stephen A. Smith going on, Carrie Champion and Jamel Hill's, podcast. But for those of you who do not know, Gladys Knight is stepping away, everybody, in case you guys did not know. So according to reports, people close to her worried that she wasn't well enough to take the stage before her July 25th show at the Hollywood Bowl. Those fears proved warranted when she turned back mid-song during Midnight Train to Georgia to try to walk off before a backup singer intervened. Right? So just prayers up to Gladys Knight. As you guys know, we have been losing a lot of people. Okay? And to everybody else that has been lost, we are praying for your families and your friends and everybody in between. Just prayers up to you, sincerely. And if I can leave y'all with one last thing, listen. At least none of us men are like this dude. Man accused of posing as wealthy 49ers player on dating apps, allegedly scamming 26 women out $1.3 million. So Dejan, LeBray Love 35, and Taylor Jamie Chan have been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and wire fraud. Destiny Payne, you had anything to do with this child? Anyway, moving on. Y'all, I gotta go for real, for real. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's faith. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn.
Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention? Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Cause not. Good morning, TikTok. Can I have your attention, please? Girl, are you ticking? Are you talking? Cause knowledge is knocking. Then I want to talk to you real quick about ignoring a bitch. Oh, there's power in turning the other cheek. Now, I'm going to tell you something. One thing about people that like to throw shade, you don't fight shade with shade. The only thing that overrides and destroys the shade is the sunlight. See, your light gotta be so bright that you keep that bitch where they belong. In the shadows, the dark. The bitch is invisible, and we don't see you, girl. See, you don't go back and forth with a person that's hating on you, because when you do that, you become just like them. A weak bitch. So the next time they mention your name in a status, or your name come up in a conversation, don't respond because you're too high to look that low. We can't go back and forth with people that we can't reach and that's not on our level. We not sitting at the same table eating the same meals.